Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
What is he gonna do? Oh, he's gonna fight. What the fuck do you think he's gonna do? He's not gonna just lie down and, he's not gonna give up. He's gonna fucking fight, and he's gonna fight Sinbad 101. And I can't fucking wait to see it. It's gonna be the best fight in the entire series. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the best fight if it happens, which I believe it will. Shinobu Utaka, please do not let us down. Please give us the fight that the fans deserve. Okay, so maybe I was a bit off on my prediction. Uh, so Kouen, of course, did not even. They didn't even show him fight. They just showed him just surrender. Fuck, they didn't even show that. He just surrendered. So, moral of the story is the Kouen Empire is not China. The Kouen Empire is France. I mean, never mind. Forget I said that. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, France. But, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so, Kouen, of course, did surrender, much to my dismay, because, as you know, I really wanted to see the two fight. There's still a chance that that could happen, because I don't think Kouen is dead, as a result of being captured here. It doesn't seem likely as a result of this chapter and just some of the raws that I saw from the next chapter, but I won't talk about that. When 279 comes out, I will review that in full, but for now, let's talk about 278. So, the conversation that Kouen has with Hakuryu is really, really good. So, while I don't, while I'm not a fan of the fact that he didn't fight at all and he didn't want to, he didn't fight Sinbad, I do understand where he's coming from, and I do respect it, and furthermore, I do think this chapter was really, really good, just because of the dialogue between him and Hakuryu. Because it seemed like Hakuryu was sort of, even though he was being, he's already fallen into depravity. He's a psycho at this point. He is responding to logic, and he's responding to sense. He understands why Kouen is doing what he's doing, and you can see it on his face and his reaction, because it doesn't seem like he can accept the fact that his enemy is speaking logical sense and is speaking for the good of the Kouen Empire. So, the fact that he surrendered for the good of the Kouen Empire is huge, because Kouen is Kouen. We assumed he had a very large ego. He's very prestigious. He has all these. He's 3 metal vessels, and yet he surrendered without a fight for the good of his country. And so, this chapter alone makes me actually question whether or not the best king candidate is actually Kouen. Because, before I always saying, Sinbad is the best, he's the best, but maybe it's Kouen. We don't know. I mean, certainly by the end, we know Aladdin and Alibaba Saluja are going to be by far the #1 team. So we think. However, I think in terms of just overall wisdom, there's a lot to be said for Kouen at this point. Though, to be fair, Ali has been in like a hyperbolic time chamber for like 100 years or whatever it was. So perhaps he's grown very wise in those 100 years. I mean, it's not certain, because, of course, it's not always that age comes with wisdom, or wisdom comes with age, but it does happen quite a bit. So, I guess we'll have to see, but this particular chapter really developed Koen's character, and I really enjoy it. It even developed Hakuryu's character, even if a little bit, because it seems like he knows that what he said about Hakuryu is correct, and some of his other brother, I can't remember his other brother's name, but Yeah, that flashback scene was brilliant. Uh, well, not much of a flashback, but a narrated flashback was really good for how little it was. That art where they're just dead bodies strung up for branches on a tree was just like, wow. That was wow. Um, it was awesome. And the ending. I mean, it's not like we didn't see this coming. We did. A lot of us have predicted that Gyokuin or Arba is not dead. Um, it seemed too quick, and too quick in the story, and perhaps maybe too easy, even though it was a really tough fight. Um, it didn't seem like she would be dead yet after the role she was just given in the Solomon flashback. Um, and Kouen seems to believe that theory as well, that Gyokuin is actually not dead. Uh, she wants to tongue her son more, I guess. I don't know. Fucking weirdo. Uh, anyway, that was kind of it. I mean, the chapter was simple but complex at the same time. Yes, that makes no sense, but um, it did have simple properties, but a lot of complexities involved, and I pretty much covered everything. Uh, just like I said, the conversation that they had where Kouen was speaking sheer sense. He kept his cool while a prisoner. He's just, uh, he's the shit. Kouen is the best. And oh, and the fact that he didn't want to be king, and I thought that was really crazy. Um, how he's like, you could have married my mother, weird, but you could have, and then why didn't you become emperor? And he's like, I didn't want to. I didn't want to. That's simply that. And the smile on his face. And apparently he was afraid of her. I mean, I don't blame him because she's a fucking crazy wacko who would probably murder him in his sleep. Um, if the he didn't dry the can opener off properly, I don't know. She would probably like murder him in his sleep. So, bitch, crazy. That's all I can say. But she's probably not dead. Especially with that big panel at the end, it's obvious. So that's it. This was a fantastic chapter, actually. Despite me being completely wrong, I don't mind being wrong, as long as it's done right. So yeah, thank you guys for listening, and hopefully I'm not gonna be as like flat out wrong as I was last time.